Hey y'all, Luri UncleMo Nightshade here, soon to be DJ Nightshade. How y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of Mo's Mining Musings. This is Season 2, Episode 2. We're doing some Traeskerons today. It's Sunday, so we got the events going on. The popular ones are the Sunday Rextalum, and they got some Aatrox events. This is kind of the final event for the day, if you will, of Traeskeron. If you don't know how to find events, everybody has these tabs up here. The first one's the event tab. All right. And I'm going to try and kill and show you this at the same time. So this brings up all the events, and I just kind of highlight the countdown so I see what's happening next. And you can just kind of pull it up, click on register. When this menu comes up, it tells you when it starts, when it ends. You can teleport there using this button. When the event starts, it'll also give you an option to just teleport you there. So if you're not sure how to get there, got a couple ways to get there if you're a first timer for that event. And just some Traeskerons today. 100 ped for first place. And this is a most loot combined event. So biggest gun wins, or get lucky. Get lucky and hit something big. I'm 6th right now, and I haven't hit a global yet. Nobody's really globaled. So it's been pretty uneventful so far. I think everybody's just trying to grind it out. But at least you get a chance to see some Traeskeron. Mollusk and Equus are also on this particular land area, which they can get annoying. But the good thing is at least Mollusk has an iron challenge, including Traeskeron, which I'm showing in the bottom right corner there. So make sure to get those beforehand so you can start racking up points for that and completing your iron challenges. I am not in an area highly populated with Traeskeron, so we're going to move. A car is a really good idea to get around quickly on foot. Especially if you're in something like this. We'll go dust these guys real quick, I guess. There's a few here. And you're getting an idea of how to hunt these just by kind of watching here. All right, they should never really hit you. I'm wearing armor just in case you get a pot shot in, but these things hit hard. And they're not meant to be tanked. You're meant to shoot them and kite them. Just kind of back up. They're real slow. So you can just hit your back button, and as you're backing up, even though you're walking slow, you should be putting out just enough DPS. The stalkers might catch up with you, but generally they won't catch up to you. So they're slow to kind of aggro, and they're basically they're baby Proterons. If you've seen the Proterons, those are mom and dads. These are the babies. And I'm not sure. I'm sure they do the same damage type as Protos, but it doesn't really matter. They should never hit you. Now, like I said, I've just got this on just in case. I mean, I doze or lose my attention, or sometimes one spawns right next to you. And even with Jarhead on, it'll still whack you for 50 or 60. So they do hit hard. Don't get. You're not meant to tank these, so don't. And I should be using a finishing weapon, but I'm not. I'm just going to finish the last part of the event without doing that. Using an EMIC L1 Enigma pistol with Dante amp, and I'll be using a P5A, Breer P5A for the finishing weapon if I get it in. But that was probably a good one. 11 petter got me up to 5th. Top 3 pay, so I'm really just hoping to hit something before the event ends. We have 12 minutes left, and we'll see how it goes. I wish this land area was a little more dense with the Traeskerons. They got kind of the 3 mobs going. I'd rather just see a max density, max population. But DNAs are pricey and tough to get depending on the mobs. So it appears the landowner's pretty happy with how they're running things now. So more power to them. And if I should be able to just switch to a P5A and keep backing up, this is what I should be doing to be a little more eco. Finishing weapons. You're going to lose a lot of ped in this game. Sometimes a mob will have just a couple hit points left, And what'll happen in the game is you'll do something called overkill, where you'll just kill them using your weapon for, say, 100 points or whatever, when you really should have just used something that would have been big enough for those last few points. And I'm going to move to find some Traeskeron. We got to hustle because there's only so much time in the event. The drawback to this land area also is the terrain is problematic for backing up and line of sight. All these lots of little flowers and bushes and annoying things to trip up on and interfere with line of sight. So something to keep in mind. Give yourself a clear path between yourself and the mob, so you can just kind of do one of these numbers and not really have to worry about anything. Try and back up around the train as best as possible, and try and use a finishing weapon, and try and global and Hoff. Easier said than done, right? There's another one. So, what's going on here? I've got a couple milestones under my belt. I did hit Evader 25, which is gives you the avoidance skill. That's an important one to have. And also, I wanted to point out I'm going to be hitting level 40 BLP sniper hit very soon. That's going to be a good one. That'll give me the coolness skill, which would be definitely beneficial to my hit point count. I'm going to do actually a video on skills, so I'm not going to touch too much on that because I don't want to duplicate information. But a couple of good milestones for people in the know. That's a good place to hit. And those are two good things to hit, and that'll get me, as soon as I hit that, that'll get me over the 150 hit point range, which is also another milestone for new players. You start out with something like 90 hit points in the game, somewhere around there, and building up to 150 is kind of the first goal. You really want to be over 200 for a lot of mobs. A lot of mobs will crit you for 180, 190 easily, and getting your hit points up as high as possible is important. But 150 is a good milestone. 200 is the next one, and if you can get to 225, 230 and up, you're doing extremely well at that point. So you have access to a lot more mobs that, if they crit you, you'll still be alive, and you won't have to worry as much. And critting in this game is when a mob just does double damage, or if you do double damage. And there's skills that'll affect that. Serendipity, as a matter of fact, it'll cut down your crit rate when you're hunting mobs. So it's a good one to build up. It builds up naturally, and you get it quite early in your career. So yeah, as you all know, Radio Arcadia is coming along nicely. We're doing a lot of work on it. I'm going to be doing a hairband glam metal show. So you're going to hear a lot of things like Iron Maiden and Whitesnake and Bon Jovi, AC/DC, that kind of music. If you're into that, you'll like my show. If not, we are an all-rock station. There's going to be something that you'll like, I guarantee you. We've got a bunch of DJs with a bunch of different interests. And although we are restricting ourselves to rock, you're still going to have some variety. We just don't want to mix in everything. One of the problems with internet radio stations is they allow their DJs to just kind of pick whatever they want. So now all of a sudden you got this weird radio station that does trance, hip hop, rap, death metal, oldies, and jukebox, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't. A lot of people want to listen to kind of a consistent genre of music, so we're starting with a rock station, and that's what we're going to go with. So, for those of you that are rap fans or whatever, techno, you'll probably have to get your fix somewhere else. Sorry. But anywhere from oldies to some underground stuff, you're going to like us. And it's going to be a good sound. Really excited to show it to you. But hey, I want to hear about songs. If you got a particular couple of set of songs that you like for your glam metal air type things, somewhere in the Iron Maiden to AC/DC range, that kind of thing, let me know about it. And I do have a list going that I'm going to be going with, but you know what? I want to know what you all want to listen to as well. So now's your chance. Get it in early so I can get the early stuff going. boy, I haven't seen any globals, not even from any of the other competitors. Let's see how we're doing on time, folks. 5 minutes left in the event, so we're going to keep the video probably about that long today. I am making an effort to keep these things a bit shorter than the season 1 videos were. I tended to kind of ramble. And I've also been going over some of the season 1 videos. Obviously, I was a noob. Now I'm still a noob, but I've got a year under my belt at least. UncleMo's at least a year old now. So I've been kind of listening to some of the earlier videos and decided that they need some redoing, some touching up, that sort of thing, for some some new information or some information that I got wrong or I didn't get quite right and was just trying to relay to players. So I'll show you kind of something cool here. Whenever you do an event, there's a thing called reputation. If you click on the event tab and click on participants, you can right click on them and either add or subtract reputation. So if somebody's being a douchebag, what you can do is subtract reputation from them. If someone's being cool or you just want to randomly trade with someone, which I'll ask them in a minute, you can do that. Let's just ask them in the event chat. Event chat. If you're ever in an event, the purple chat is for events. Well, let's kill this stalker first. And all you got to do is ask, hey, who wants to trade rep? It's not a big deal, but some events do have reputation restrictions, so I'll try and show you that as quickly as possible. I'll probably show you most of that. Well, let me show it to you quick here. Kill the Equus. All right, so let's see if I can find it real quick under the event tab. All right. Where did it go? Darn it. There's a listing for minimum event reputation. Tickets left, ticket price. Oh, where is it? Rules? Participants? Minimum reputation required 1. Okay, so there it is. Some of them will have like 990. You start at 1,000, okay? And you can, if you ever don't know what it is, you can check it here under the social tab. Reputation, mine's at 1030. And you just ask players, hey, who would like to trade rep, please? Question mark, since that's a question, typically. And so some guy named Gus wants to do it, and a couple others did. So we'll probably end up doing like a triple trade here. Let me see if I can find Gust. He's under the participant tabs here somewhere. There he is. So we'll just right click on his name, reputation, +1. There you go. You're a nice guy, and they are doing the same thing. And Will got left out, so I'll try and recruit for him here a little bit. So it's no big deal. It's not a skill that you can chip out that I know of or anything. It's not worth any money. But it's just kind of, you build it up over time, and there are some certain they'll do some events probably eventually that have rep restrictions. So you'll want to get it up there. Ooh, yeah. And yeah, about an average 1 ped loot. These Traeskerons are fun though. Let's get next to some though, at least. Yeah, this LA is tough, especially if you got an event going on. You really got to walk quite a bit to get to other mobs and things like that. So it would be nice if it was a little more densely populated. Again, this is why I want it to be more densely populated. Look for more mobs. Because when you're doing an event or just hunting in general, you don't want to have to walk very far. You just want to kill a mob, go to the next one, without aggroing other mobs in the area too much, so you're not taking a great bit of armor damage. So every type of mob will have their own formula that That kind of works nicely. I wanted to show you one of the good loots of the Traeskeron drop is the Boom Beast BCC. This is a limited, it's an amplifier for laser weapons, and it amps it up 20, which is really good. It's really high. And the cool thing about it is the markup is not very much. It's usually sub 110. So it's something I just, instead, rather than sell them, I just use them because good laser amps are tougher to get. The Dante, the BLP amps are much higher rated, much more easy to find. The good laser amps for weaponry are, yeah, they're, to get the equivalent in a laser amp, you either can't find it or it's just way more expensive. So hunting these Traeskerons is a good way to kind of build these up if you are a laser user and you don't want to invest in an A106 or an A2, 204 or higher amp, which gets quite pricey. Then these are a great way to kind of build it up and go ahead and use those limited amps without costing yourself too much ped. So eco way to go. Traeks are also dropping. I think I'm quite certain I've got an ESI off of one of them. Other than that, pretty blah stuff. Nothing great, but they're fun and they don't hit you. They're not supposed to, and they do. Yes, they do global on occasion. So you will get your globals and good ones too. 100, 200 petters. So they're kind of a good cheap mob to hunt. You got your iron mission for them. I'll just show you the reward for that real quick. Let's get this mollusk here. The reward for the mollusk, I'm on the 500, so 1.2 dexterity. Dexterity skill implant. Not too big, but they're small. And for the 6,000 pointer, 2 better anatomy. But, you build that up over time. You do the 30K and you get yourself some stats. So, look, I'm going to sign it off for now. I ended up 6th in that event. Not very good. But I think with the ammo I've burnt, I'm going to be kind of breaking even. So, going to call it at this point. I've got some FEFOX to get back to. I've got about 20 hours left to sort of get my almost 40 hours finished up on that. So I'll be doing, as soon as I finish that up, I'll be doing a video on that. I want to do a video talking about some armor, some skills in game, and Mind Force. I got some things on the brain, folks. And obviously, Radio Arcadia stuff. Be sure to tune in June 29th. Can't wait to see you there. It's going to be awesome. It really is. I've listened to Eve Radio. I've listened to my fair share of internet radio stations, and the product we're putting out is going to blow them all away. It just is. So I'm really excited for you all to hear it. It's going to be great to listen to. It's going to be perfect to listen to while you're playing the game. You can. We listen to the test feed right now, and still talk on voice chat. And play the game just fine, which is what we're designing the station to do. And boy, even the beta product's working real well right now. So I can't wait for you to hear the final product. Tune in for the next edition of Mo's Mining Musings coming up shortly. Thanks for listening, everybody. Subscribe, like, take care. Bye-bye.